been confiscated in this photo radar scam, which the government has already confiscated. Money's going to come out of there, but also I'm suing these people in their individual capacity. They have to pay for their own attorneys. The money's coming out of their pocket individually, not out of the taxpayer. That's an important distinction to make.
You financed your suit. I've got these other pressures and powers. The Goldwater Institute is going to run this as they see fit, not as I see fit.
Exactly. So you lose control. You lose control.
I can bring up these points. I can bring up the Hobbs Act. They're going to decide if it's on point or not. They're going to decide who has standing. They have no problem with the fact that Train Me AZ LLC is the plaintiff or Korwin is the plaintiff. The papers aren't filed. They'll figure that out. I'll defer to them and I'll learn, and hopefully they'll make the right decisions. If you guys are better lawyers than the teams down there, call them, write them, tell them what you think. I'll circulate news, and we'll proceed. Yes, ma'am.
I have a similar thing, but on a little bit smaller scale. It involves my homeowners association. They wrongfully sued me. I countersued them back. One in the Superior Court level. They appealed to the Court of Appeals. I won that. Went all the way up to the Arizona Supreme Court. I won everything. In the end, the homeowners ended up paying $100,000 of attorney's fees.
Right.
Since this time, in meeting with many of the homeowners in my area, I thought they would be mad at me because all of their homeowners association fees went up. And to my surprise, I got just the opposite from everybody. They're like, you keep fighting it, we're behind you, and I've been amazed at the homeowners. And this is, like I said, a smaller scale. It's just in my immediate area. But they've been totally supportive of it, and they're totally okay.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, as they say. Yes,
Speaking of wasting money, that David Cavazos, which is the city manager of Phoenix.
Speak up, Sheldon.
David Cavazos, the city manager of Phoenix, makes about $280,000 a year. Speaking of wasting the taxpayers' money, to curb his free speech, and then he's the same moron that charged the taxpayers $500,000 to do an audit of the audit. So this is how the mentality that we're dealing with. So for
and Cavazos is an underling. Cavazos, city manager, with that kind of pay, the top guy in the city, he can't make the decision. And the head of the Department of Transportation can't make the decision. They got to go back to some guy in the back room who sits there with a green shade on going, I think they can't say this. And Cavazos goes, yes.
Who is that?
His name is Ted Mariscal. He's the assistant city council who decided, based on one complaint from somebody, and we haven't seen the complaint, don't even know if there really is one, that the message is not, somebody complained the message is not a public service ad, so you can't run it. Yeah, like we all knew that, right? Yes. And then, all right, I know you're interested, but see, this is what happens when you turn a show into a deliberative body. We are now using our own power as citizens and the First Amendment right to assemble, to examine a problem, to decide where it ought to be, to educate ourselves way beyond what you're going to see on the news on this.
The situation is that the government is at war with its population.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
And that's really what it boils down to, but this is an extension of that. And the reason why the government doesn't like this is because now you are putting yourself on par with them because we have guns and we are trained and we have marksmen and we can kick your ass. So they are attempting to nip that in the bud to prevent them from having the upper hand. You cannot win a defensive war. So if in the situation where you're at, you have to go on the offensive in order to show them that you are not going to put up with this kind of crap. And the only reason why the people who you're in your association don't want to get involved is because they believe that they're going to have a loss of sales. So you turn this into improvement in sales, and they'll be happy because they're making more money. The only reason why they have the potential to not want to do it is because they believe they will lose something, or because there'll be some retaliatory strike against them. But you have to, in this type of situation, you have to go on the offensive because they are attacking you and what you stand for and what we believe in. So, in my opinion, the only thing to do, especially since you have the, drop down in your lap that the Goldwater Institute is going to take this thing on, it's really pretty much a no-brainer.
Without that, it would be impossible.
Right.
With that, every other issue still
It's a
stands.
gift. Look at it as a gift.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just for information, I don't remember the specific names involved. but I've received letters, I was talking to the city council about this. I don't even live in Phoenix. And I had several city council members send me emails saying that they were appalled by this and wanted to put a stop to it, and were trying to pass resolutions and everything else. I don't think this is a government thing. I think this is a Mariscal thing.
Yeah.
I think it's the assistant city council who's got a bug in his ears about firearms. That's what it boils down to. I think you ought to talk to him.
Alan, you remember the Smith
Bernie,
and Wesson
Bernie wants me to
lawsuit?
wrap
You gotta
this
wrap
up.
it up and turn it over to Frank so we can.
Remember the Smith and Wesson lawsuit?
Right.
Okay, Smith and Wesson,
But it's off point, does it
yeah,
really
but
matter?
yeah, because they got rid of their spine, they backed down, their sales went to nothing. When they came back and said, screw that, we're gonna fight it, their sales quadrupled, and now they're back.
I would say if you can swing it, I would still do the billboard.
Oh, we're doing the billboards. In fact, on the way over, I gave a speech up in Prescott Valley. And on the way home, I'm looking at all the billboards. And there's this one billboard that is just so in your face, it says, vote for Governor Jan Brewer. Well, she's not gonna need that billboard on November 3, right? And it's one of the billboard companies we're dealing with. So I called him up and said, how much can we get it for? And he gave me a high price, but it is available as of November 3. Today's what, November 6?
Yes.
We've been going back and forth, back and forth. And on the way here, on the cell phone, I got him to sell me the billboard for the next 12 weeks for like a really, really good price, and you can't miss it on Route 69 when you're heading into Phoenix. Now, this is a country road, but that's good. And I'll tell you, a lot of billboards are obscured, or they're on the side, you don't notice them. Here, all you got is mountains. And there's one billboard with Jan Brewer's face on it. So I secured that one on the way here. And we're gonna book all the other ones. You'll be seeing the message, don't worry. Tomorrow, I've got the message drafted. This is like the last input I'll get, short of seeing my daughter next for her birthday. You'll get the message, Ernie will get it, he'll circulate it. It discusses basically what we went through here, and I will make the decision tomorrow, and you won't be disappointed. So, all right, another question. But then,
To turn it into a commercial thing, why not add buy guns now? Have it sponsored by pawn shops and gun shops. So your message is gun saves lives, buy guns now. Now it is a commercial message.
well, we can, I think I said, we can go to the city, hat in hand, and say, here, master, are these words okay? How about these words, master? And then wait to see if they decree that it's good or it's bad. And we haven't solved the problem, though for my sponsors in the program, that might be the best decision. And we did that once. CBS said, we'll rewrite the ad for you, wrote it into something we don't like, and the city approved that. So they approved the red heart. But they changed the message into, that's not what we're doing. And how dare you tell us what we can say and what we can't say? That is obnoxious, that is anathema, that is just so against the grain for you to suggest that you even have the power to do that.
But working in China is just fine.
Okay. Listen, everybody, you now know the situation. Next time, I would like to look at what some of the policy issues we should be focusing on are. We looked at some of the ways to hold politicians' feet to the fire. I'm going to run out of here. If you got an email on a piece of paper for me, hand it to me, and thank you very much.